It's game on, game on. Don't stop. Game on, game on.
It's Game On. Presented by Bank of Hawaii.
And a very pleasant good evening from Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. We're on this Aloha Friday. It's the rematch between the number 3 University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the 5th-ranked Cardinal of Standford. And this is Game On, presented by Bank of Hawaii for Rainbow Warrior Volleyball. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great Aloha Friday. Scott Robbs, along with James Anastasiadis and Ryan Calais Suji. Well, it is the rematch. The first match took place on Wednesday right here in the arena, and Hawaii pulled out a 4-set victory. As we take a look at some of the numbers, Hawaii dropping the opening stanza, but then after that, they played quite well. Hawaii hitting .346 on the night to only a .53 for Standford. Hawaii with 11.5 blocks, 39 digs, and also out-aced the Cardinal 6-5. As we take a look at some of the highlights, we'll start off with Nathan Litsky, the outstanding setter for the Cardinal.
Litsky was phenomenal for Standford, and what I really enjoyed watching him was how he spread his offense. And let's just talk about the big that he had. He runs it so fast over the middle blocker, and again, he's very offensive on the net, keeping Hawaii's blockers on their toes.
Ryan, we mentioned the blocking.
11.5 blocks for the Rainbow Warriors. As you can see, they really did a nice job of solidifying the line attacks by Standford, and as the match continued to go, we got to see the blockers really adjusting to the Standford offense and making those key adjustments.
Spiros Hawkins was Hawkins.
Spiros Hawkins has just been such a force for this Warrior team, something that we even saw at the beginning of last season. But again, he's just doing it all. The biggest thing that I'm enjoying about watching Spiros this season is his emotion and his leadership that he's bringing onto the court. Is someone that the guys can count on.
And from Enchanted Lakes, you can see there Alakai Todd really solidifying his spot on the opposite position, sprawling out, playing great defense, led the team offensively in kills, but most importantly, helped lead this team when times and the offense seemed to be stuttering for Hawaii.
Well, it didn't get off to a great start for Hawaii, dropping that opening set. It looked like they were a tad bit slower than Standford, kind of calibrating the speed of the game against an opponent that they hadn't played at that quality yet. But once they did, they looked pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely took a little bit of an adjustment period for Hawaii. Again, they're not used to playing such a high-caliber team. They played Tusculum. They played Edward before that. It's just a different level. And again, the biggest thing that I think they adjusted to was the height of the ball that they're playing at. They were not used to taking a swing and the ball not going away. They had to play these long rallies, and Standford's defense was fantastic. But once they got into a rhythm, it was very definite that Hawaii was the better team on that night.
Well, I think the other thing that Hawaii did, and with the adjustments that they made, was that they were able to turn it on from behind the service line, really put Standford in some passing difficulties, which made the offense a little more predictable, and that's where we saw the elevated blocking numbers come about because of Hawaii's tough serving. This is something that they have really capitalized on, and we really saw Hawaii turn it on when it mattered most from behind the service line.
You know, we always talk about the serve and pass game. I thought Hawaii serve received quite well. Ileo Choi was really good.
Ileo Choi did a fantastic job, and what I loved was, even though he got aced on maybe one ball, the next one was a perfect pass to Tread Rosenthal. He allowed Tread to spread his offense fantastically after that first set once they got into a groove, but the communication in that back row, Chaz and Spiros know that this is a new libero that they're having to play with. They're so good about talking to Eleo, and Eleo talking to them as well about who's communicating and taking those seams.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, and I just think that the comfortability of this passing core, having played next to each other, and especially having Chaz and Spiros lead the charge there, has helped this passing core.
And how about Alakai Todd? I mean, he's playing like an All-American right now.
Alakai is playing fantastically. And again, we talked about it a little bit on Wednesday. What I think has been the biggest difference is how comfortable he's getting in the starting lineup. We don't really see him getting shook. We don't see him playing too safe, but he's playing very smart. He knows when to take full swings at the ball. He knows when to maybe take a little bit off and tool the block or recycle it. He looks like a true 6-year veteran for this team right now.
And I think one of the things that we saw with Standford was they really dominated in the middle of the court on Wednesday night. We saw the middles have success against Hawaii's middles, and that became really a thorn in Hawaii's side. But as the match wore on, Hawaii's minnows were able to figure things out. And so we'll see that chess match continue tonight.
All right, should be another great one in front of a large crowd here in the arena. It's time now to go courtside. Throw it over to the duo. That'll be calling the action, Kanoa and Chris.
Hey, thanks a lot, Scott. Yeah, I feel underdressed. Kanoa Leahy here next to the sommelier, Chris McLaughlin, C-Mac. You heard the corner crew talking about Alaka Itad, and this story is becoming one of the more remarkable ones here this season in men's volleyball. A guy who is in his 6th year, has waited in the wings, and he is on some kind of flow here at the moment.
You know, most players won't even wait 5 years to get their shot. He's waited 6 years and played behind some amazing players, and Rado Parapunov, and most recently behind Demi Muklius, and he's just waited and waited. His patience has paid off. He's playing unbelievable volleyball. He had 2 errorless nights so far. Who does that? Has errorless hitting? Nobody. Unless you're a middle player.
But he had a career night in the first match here with Standford. I think that's what changed the dynamic a little bit. He had some great matches against teams that you would probably put on a lesser echelon as compared to some of the top teams in the country. But here's number 5, Standford, on the other side of the net, and he was still grooving.
Yeah, he just kept hammering away at the block. I put more of my keys to the game tonight, I think, is the Standford just going to block him better. They can't have him have another career night of 17 kills. If they do, Stanford's going to lose. They got to take care of him.
You know, another guy who was featured for Hawaii and who got a little slow start the other night was Chaz Galloway. He had sat out the 2 matches against Tusculum for load management purposes, and he didn't have the best opening frame. Only 1 kill, was hitting negative after the first set. Charlie Wade's never one to hesitate to make changes, and yet he stayed with Chaz Galloway, and it ended up paying off in a big-time way.
It was very interesting. During the telecast, we used the word rust, getting the rust knocked off for Galloway and for Hawkus. And sure enough, Charlie Wade said to himself, he told us after the game, he said, yeah, there's a lot of rust going on in the first couple sets, so I decided to hang with him, and it paid off. Because Galloway played brilliantly after that, passed well, hit well, was a much more complete player.
Now, Ryan mentioned it too. A lot of the success for Standford early in that Wednesday night match came in the middle of the floor. Namely, you had Ethan Hill, who has given Hawaii some issues in past iterations of this matchup. He finished with 7 kills, hit 111, but he cooled off considerably as that match went on. What was that attributed to? Was that because Hawaii started serving tougher, or was there an adjustment at the front of the net?
I think it was both. I think the passing wasn't as good the last 2 sets for Standford. And therefore, you know, Hill wasn't getting many really good, juicy sets. And so he was avoiding the block a lot. The block was adjusting better. Gates, actually, the other middle, had hit 500 for the night. So he had a little more success against Hawaii's block.
Well, we'll see what happens in round 2. Hawaii has now won the last 10 meetings between these 2 programs. We'll see if they can keep that trend going. But as C-Mac always alludes to, night 2 tends to be a little more competitive, but we are expecting a huge crowd, so it could be a really fun atmosphere here in Mānoa as well. We'll see you at first serve. Let's send it back over to the corner.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Well, most folks out there, if you're watching the game broadcast periodically, you hear Kanoa and Chris talking about the fact that a number of these guys before games like to sit down and play chess. So we were kind of curious about it. Let's find out about the chess club.
I think it's so great because it, you know, gets us thinking and gets our mind working before games. You know, if it weren't for the chess games, my time before games, I'd be thinking about, you know, overthinking the volleyball stuff. My mind would be racing, and it's just a really great way to focus up and, you know, reshape what's important and just get the mind working. You know, sometimes the mind can drift away, take naps, and it's really important in volleyball, even though it's a physical sport. You know, there's a lot of thinking that goes into it. So I think getting your brain going before a game and warming it up before a match is just as important as warming up your body.
I'll clear the air right here. I'm 2-0 against Kurt, so anything he says about chess, I know more, I guess. AP is definitely the best right now, though. It's kind of me, Alex, and Kurt going at it. Yeah, it's super cool. it's a good center middle connection, little hobby that we have. So it's good to get together. It's just part of our routine, kind of gets us locked into a mindset of game time, but it's definitely the calm before the storm.
This pregame routine has been going on for a number of years now, playing chess. I've never played chess. I don't know anything about chess, so I'm going to ask you guys. I mean, James, do you play chess?
I'm not the biggest chess player, but I'm going to have to give credit to Mānoa because he's always given the chess analogy. Volleyball's kind of like the sport where you got to know the players that you have and how you're going to work with them and where you're going to put them. And again, Mānoa being one of the best setters in the world right now. He's playing in Turkey, doing fantastically, playing with some of the top hitters in the world. He knows what kind of games and the positions and the plays that you have to play. So it's a little bit like chess. Volleyball's a little bit like chess. You know the players that you have on the court and how are you going to place them and work with them in order to have the best outcome.
I think it's just great to see the tradition continue. Of course, we saw that role that Tread is in being occupied by Jakob Tella last year, that he was occupying that seat playing against Kurt. So the setter middle tradition continues on this team, and really there are different ways in which players prepare for the match, and I think the coaches can be proud of the fact that they're choosing to play chess rather than, sleep or eat junk food. They're actually challenging their minds, which I think is it bodes well for the team.
I'm more of a nap guy.
I'm with you on that one now.
And checkers over chess. All right. When we come back, we're going to focus on Hawaii's starting center, freshman Fred Rosenthal. But a reminder, make your plans to join us here at the arena. Next Saturday, it's Beeman's Big Bash UC Santa Barbara rematch of last year's championship game of the Big West Conference Tournament. Trying to pack the house. Tickets are cheap. Come out. Support the Rainbow Wahine.
You see it every day. It's the fan base, it's the coaches. There's really nothing like it. I mean, we just had, a few thousand people for a game with our second string people. So yeah, it's so cool seeing everyone come out and support us. A big thanks to our fans for being the best fans in NCAA.
Welcome back inside Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Number 3 Hawaii, number 5 Standford. They're going to do it again here in a couple of minutes. There you see Fred Rosenthal. Let's take a look at his bio. He's originally out of Austin, Texas. Spent a couple of years in Manhattan Beach, California. Big kid, only 17 years old. He has started every match so far this year and averaging just under 10 assists per set and doing a pretty good job blocking as well. Here's more on the talented freshman.
It's pretty cool just because I've grown up watching those guys play and win national championships here. But it definitely helps me a lot maturity-wise. You kind of got to feed into their energy and be more like them. Yeah, it's good. We mesh pretty well off the court too. It's definitely a different game. The U19 program helped me a little bit, just coming straight from that to here. But it's definitely faster, more physical, and just kind of getting used to that as fast as you can so you can compete.
Really high ceiling. It is impressive, his not only his performance and how well he plays, but his maturity. He really hasn't been playing the sport all that long. So to see him come out and step on the court with a bunch of veteran guys, I think he benefited from what was a really good fall for us, going to Japan, going to Southern California. So he got some real valuable court time with them. But guy's got a high ceiling and a really bright future.
Hashtag what? All right, time now for hashtag what? And it is sponsored by Heineken. Ryan, you get to go first. What's your hashtag on the young man?
So I went with hashtag senioritis cure. Of course, senioritis is when you're your senior year in high school, you get a little complacent, your motivation is down, and you tend to just skip class. Well, this is a cure for senioritis. Just completely skip your senior year. That's exactly what Tread did. He really was motivated to get ready to be able to enroll early, took care of his academics, got cleared, entered here to UH, and helped this team in a position where Hawaii had a lot of question marks after losing National Player of the Year Jakob Tella, and has fit in not only perfectly well, but I think has really elevated the overall position. Hard to say when you're coming from filling the shoes of a player like Jakob Tella.
James, what's your hashtag?
For me, it was freshman warrior. Again, the youngest player in the NCAA, not only coming in, not even redshirting, but starting in the number 3 team in the country. Someone who also took a transfer, 2-time All-American Kevin Calling, and being able to battle his way into the starting lineup. But the biggest thing that I see with Tread is just his growth mindset. He's someone that wants to learn. He continues to learn from even Kevin, from the coaches, and applies it within every game. Even though he makes a mistake or two, he's not afraid to go back to that same player in order to find that connection. And he's just been so big for the Warriors on this season.
Freshman Warrior, that's kind of vanilla.
It's a little bit. I couldn't think of something better, but he is a little
Ryan
freshman
is
Warrior.
really good at the
marketing, so it's okay.
Ryan can give you some pointers. But let's talk about him a little bit. Right now, what is his main strength, Ryan?
Well, I think just his control of this offense and his delivery in the consistency of his set selections and where it's going. So his outside head sets are pretty consistent for each of the players. You know what you're going to get. I think at times it's the decision making that head coach Charlie Wade and company are working with him on is going to the players at a specific time. But his consistency, I think, is his strong suit.
For me, it's just how much of a sponge he is. I continually see the hitters giving him feedback, and he's not scared to go back to them in the second play and makes the automatic fix. He's young, he's very talented, but again, he's so coachable. He's someone that takes the feedback and automatically applies it, something that we know every coach in the country loves to see. So again, I think a lot of it's just his coachability.
Yeah, Hawaii very fortunate to have this young man here this season. Should be a fun one. We'll break down the rematch when we come back. Hawaii and Standford.
Time Out for Health is brought to you by Hawaii Pacific Health.
Aloha, my name is Dr. Jay Yu. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at the Hawaii Pacific Health Bone and Joint Center at Straub Medical Center. Today we're going to talk about hamstring and gluteus muscle weakness, which can lead to ACL injuries in particular. The first exercise we're going to demonstrate is the single leg extension on the Bosu ball. First, you lie on the floor. And then next, Catherine's going to put one foot on the Bosu ball, and the other foot up in the air. And next, she's going to push up on her heel, get to the top and squeeze her glute. That's really important for glute activation. And then go back on the ground. And she's going to repeat this for about 10 to 12 times on each leg. Another exercise that Catherine is going to demonstrate is a single leg deadlift. So first, she's going to stand about shoulder width apart. She's going to lift up her left leg. And with her left arm, she's going to reach down for her right foot. She's going to keep her back straight, chest forward, and repeat this about 10 to 12 times on each leg. Now, this exercise is really good for glute and hamstring activation and strengthening.
Well, as you can see, the Stan Sheriff Center beginning to fill in. A big crowd expected here on this Aloha Friday. It's Hawaii and Standford. All right, let's take a look at the leaders from Wednesday for the Cardinal, Ryan.
Where you see the outside Wagner there hitting 9 kills, hitting 133, and Lamp also 9 kills, hitting 037. Not great numbers overall, but you saw Litsky there really showing his versatility at the setting position. 32 assists, but also with 6 kills. We'll see if he can continue to be an offensive threat for the Cardinal tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the season stat comparisons between these two. The Cardinal now 7-2 overall. Hawaii sitting at 9-1, and kills percent Hawaii with the advantage. UH again, their hitting percentage actually dipped a little bit from their win on Wednesday. Even though they hit over 350, it's only down to 394, which is crazy. You see the blocking numbers pretty similar. The digging numbers are exactly the same. One stat that kind of stands out: service aces, the advantage UH. Service errors, advantage UH as well. How about for Hawaii on Wednesday, James?
For Hawaii, we have a couple familiar faces. Alakai Todd, someone who's really stepped into that opposite position, getting much more comfortable, led the team with 17 kills, hitting an astonishing 367. Then again, Spiros Hakas, the big veteran, a big starter for this Hawaii team, who had 15 kills, hitting 365. And then a fresh face, Tread Rosenthal, who had 39 assists and also 2 kills himself, being a threat at the net. He's really settling into the starting lineup for Hawaii.
All right, looking through the field glasses, it's time now for the watch list. And you're going to go first, James. Tell us who you're going to keep an eye on here this evening.
I'm going to keep an eye on for Nathan Litsky for Standford. Again, an incredible setter. He runs his offense so well, runs the big, one of the best bigs I've seen in the past couple of years. But again, a very big offensive threat for Hawaii up on the net.
I think one of the players on my watch list is going to be Chaz Galloway. We saw the success that Chaz had later in the match. I think one of the keys will be, can he get off to a quicker start Also, I'd like to see Chaz more in system. We saw Chaz having to hit a lot of out of system balls going against 3 blockers at times. I think if Hawaii can really solidify him more into the tempo offense, Chaz can be much more successful tonight.
How about those uniforms? Those kind of old school throwbacks.
Love it.
I do too. I think they look excellent. All right, Stanford's a team that did not win. Ryan, what are you expecting the Cardinal to do differently, or at least attempt to do differently here tonight?
Well, I think they want to do a carbon copy of what they did on that first set. The overall energy, emotion, the strong serving, their ability to run the middle, them being in system, all things that really were going to be keys for them that they were able to accomplish in that first set on Wednesday night. They want to be able to replicate that and do that again with the personnel that they have on there. So I think being able to run the middle of the court, whether it be the big or the middle attack, to really keep Hawaii guessing.
For Hawaii, they're really going to have to be in system. When that back row is communicating on serve receive and Hawaii's able to run the middles, it makes it very difficult for any opponent that they're playing because they have 4 offensive threats from the big, the middle, and both pins. Hawaii's just going to have to serve very tough to keep the Cardinals out of system and pass on their side as well.
You heard Chris saying that one of the things Cardinal have to do here this evening, they got to stop Alaka'itata, or at least slow him down. If they're able to do that, then who else needs to step up for Hawaii?
You know, I think it's more a matter of, one, spreading the offense, but I think the key also for Hawaii is going to be the transition game. Hawaii has got to get to a position where they can score more offensively. So if Hawaii has an opportunity to dig a ball and run a play in transition, I like to see them be a little more crisp. Instead of running high balls, get the 3 involved, get the middle involved, run more of an offense in transition. I think if Hawaii's transition game can really step up tonight, it's going to be a fast night for Hawaii.
It should be another fun one, Hawaii and Stanford, the rematch. When we come back, the anthem, Hawaii Pono'i, and the first serve with Kanoa and Chris.
Volleyball fans, happy Aloha Friday and welcome to another exciting evening of Warrior Ball 24! Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem and Hawaii Pono'i. Fans, please remove your hats and veterans are encouraged to render a hand salute. Singing tonight is a seasoned musician from Honolulu and lead singer for the group City Boys. Please welcome to the Simplify Arena, Puka Tatupu.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Hawaii Pono'i, Manai Komoi, Kalani Ali, Ke Ali.
Makualani e Kamehameha e Makaua e Pale Meka ie Makualani e Kamehameha e Makaua e Pale Meka ie. Let's go, Bulls!
From the group, City Boys. Once again, nice round of applause. Puka Tatupu.
Big crowd on hand here on this Friday night. It is a whiteout as well as Hawaii and Standford will go at it once again. Of course, the first matchup on Wednesday, Hawaii won it in 4. Tonight, well, we'll find out what will happen. Time now to meet the starting lineups.
Aloha ahi ahi. Good evening, everyone. The Rainbow Ohana welcomes you to Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center on the campus of the University of Hawaii in majestic Mānoa for tonight's NCAA men's volleyball contest, matching MPSF member, the 5th-ranked Standford Cardinal, versus Big West Conference member, your 3rd-ranked Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Introducing the Standford Cardinals starting lineup. At outside hitter, 6'6" sophomore from Santa Barbara, California, number 5, Alex Rutman. At libero, 6'6" senior from Hermosa Beach, California, number 6, Luke Turner. At middle blocker, 6'7" senior from San Clemente, California, number 9, Ethan Hill. At outside hitter, 6'6" graduate student from Lake Bluff, Illinois, number 10, Kevin Lamb. At center, 6'6" graduate student from Austin, Texas, floor captain number 12, Nathan Litsky. And opposite, 6'6" sophomore from San Jose, California, number 14, Moses Wagner. And at middle blocker, 6'8" graduate student from La Jolla, California, number 16, Nathaniel Gates. Volunteer assistant, Matt Houlihan. Assistant coaches, Taylor Hammond and Spencer Wickens. Head coach for the Cardinal, celebrating his birthday yesterday, Haoli Lahanau to John Costi.
City wherever I go.
And now, meet and greet the starting lineup for your Hawaii Rainbow Warriors! An outside hitter, 6'3" senior from San Diego, California, number 1, Jazz Galloway! At libero, 5'7" junior from Waialae, Oahu, number 5, Elayu Choi! And middle blocker, 6'9" sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 8, Kurt Nusterer! At center, 6'8" freshman from Manhattan Beach, California, number 13, Trent Rosenthal. At opposite, 6'9" senior from Kailua, Oahu, number 14, Alakai Todd. At middle blocker, 6'7" senior from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, number 21, Guilherme Voss. And at outside hitter, 6'4" senior from Nea Smyrni, Greece, floor captain, number 6, Spiros Hakas. Assistant coaches, Ku Ponofe and Chad Giesman. Associate coach, Milan Zarkovic. Head coach for your Rainbow Warriors, Charlie Wade.
It was a clash of two titans Wednesday night as the third-ranked Rainbow Warriors rallied back after dropping set one to fifth-ranked Standford in an exciting four-set showcase. Hawaii's sixth-year senior Alakai Todd went career as the Oppo out of Punahou posted 17 kills and 9 digs while adding an ace and 3 stuffs. Coming up, the Hanaho rematch between the Standford Cardinal and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. With that, we welcome you inside Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Kanoa Leahy's sitting next to Chris McLaughlin. C-Mac, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Well, for Standford, they've got to slow down Alakai. The card allowed Alakai Todd to have a career night with 17 kills and 9 digs. Better blocking just might slow him down. And for Hawaii, they've just got to get off to a quicker start. Charlie Wade was not happy that Hawaii trailed the entire first set. He hopes they get off to a better start tonight.
Yeah, Standford took the first the other night, hit 355 in that first frame, but things gradually got worse for the Cardinal after that. They ended up hitting negative 190 in that fourth set. It will be Hawaii serving first, coming in 9-1 on the year, the third-ranked team in the land. Standford 7-2, they've lost 2 in a row, and they're ranked 5th. Eleu Choi taking on the setting responsibilities. And Hakas sends it across. Outside set, this is Alex Rotman blocked. Alex Rotman a second time, pumps it down. So Rotman getting the start here this evening for Standford as opposed to coming off the bench as he did 2 nights ago. Here are the Hawaiian Financial FCU's starting lineup scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Should be set at the front end. The other Rotman, Will Rotman, one of the top hitters in the country, 2-time All-American, did not make the trip for Standford and is not active due to injury. This guy's been very active here in recent weeks. Alakai Todd coming into this match hitting .407 on the year.
He leads the Rainbow in so many categories. Oh, by the way, did you know that Alakai means leader in Hawaiian? Just thought I'd throw that in. He's been leading these cards night in, night out.
He's been leading in kills a lot, that's for sure. As that is a back row set to Kevin Lamp. That was something that was working a lot early for Standford the other night as well. Lamp, who had 9 kills, ended up hitting .037 on Wednesday, but he's averaging 1.9 kills per set on the year.
He had some big attacks the other night that were as good as I've seen all year long. Maybe in the last few years, he just had an open net time after time.
Overpass and easy pickings there for the middle Nathaniel Gates. 6'8", fifth-year senior from La Jolla, California. Had 6 kills, hit 500, and a pair of blocks on Wednesday. He's hitting .415 on the season. We have a large crowd here in Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center tonight.
Let's say it's approaching 8,000. What do you think?
That's a good guess, I would say. Alakai Todd took a little something off that time. High ball set goes to Moses Wagner. It was tight to the net, though, and Wagner ends up committing the violation. A good look at John Costi in his 18th season atop this Cardinal program, celebrating his birthday, as you heard in the intros just moments ago, yesterday.
60th birthday, and he had a little party that he threw for himself and a few friends. His wife is also here, Sonia.
Served by Guilherme Voss goes out. And so Stanford up early here, 4 serving 2 in set 1. And there is Charlie Wade. Now 278 career victories. Hawaii, the winningest team in the NCAA since 2015 with 211 total wins. Middle set, that's Kurt Nusterer, popped up in the air by Rotman. And it's chased down and it will be played on. Middle set, Nusterer, that one is dug up by the libero Luke Turner. So here's Lamp, 3 blockers up and they would not let it pass.
Very well-formed block. All 3 players knew where that set was going to go, so they all were there. 6 hands across, and Alakai Todd got most of that one.
It was a bit of a block party the other night. Hawaii had 11.5 total team blocks compared to 4 for the Cardinals.
Picking up right where they left off.
As Todd couldn't quite loop it in, it goes long, and Stanford still up 2.
By the way, it showed that the guys, that John Costi was his 18th year. It's really his 34th year, because he had all those years as an assistant coach under Ruben Nieves and Don Shaw.
Yeah, took over in 2007 after the great Don Shaw retired. Outside, here's Galloway having to levitate airborne for a little while. Now Lamp hits it long, and it's a point for Hawaii. By the way, C-Mac, how about these Rainbow Warrior uniforms tonight?
I love it. They're really sharp, except for the libero, who disrespected him and didn't make him a retro uniform. Come on, Kanoa.
So obviously the libero jersey a different color, but they didn't have a different color in this style, so he's still kind of wearing the normal libero jersey, if you will.
Yeah.
And look at that. Little pitter-patter above the tape, put down by Tread Rosenthal. They're going to say that it went wide of the antenna on the way over to the Hawaii side anyway, so we are knotted here at 5 early. Good feature on Tread in our Game On pregame portion of the broadcast.
That was a great piece, wasn't it? On him challenging the great Kurt Nusterer in chess to warm up.
Scramble there by Stanford just to keep this sequence alive. Back row, it's Galloway. Good save there by Rotman. Lamp, 3 blockers again, and Eleu Choi gets off the ground to save it. Hawkes tools the block, and Hawaii up 1.
How about Eleu Choi with that dig? Oh my goodness. He just goes flying into the air to keep it alive. And the crowd here of about 8,000 just loves it.
Well, we're talking translation for Alakai. We have mentioned Eleu is energetic in Olelo, Hawaii. And boy, does he live up to that. As the block for Hawaii sends it back. Middle set, though, goes to Ethan Hill. What a dig there by Alakai Todd, but over the net it goes, and Moses Wagner able to deposit it.
These 2 teams exchanging blows, almost like a prize fight here in the first set.
So it is Wagner, 6'6" sophomore. Out of San Jose, California, had 9 kills, hit 133 the other night, and he delivers an ace. That is his 4th service ace of the season.
That was a great serve. I think Eleu was a little bit anxious there, trying to take the ball with his hands as opposed to passing it with his forearms.
That one tickles the tape. Fielded by Hawkes. D-ball set goes to Alakai. Saved along the back line there by Rotman. Lamp pounds it off the hands of that Hawaii block.
Oh, what a set from the back row. Very difficult set. I think Turner was one who popped that one up.
Hawaii
gave Lamp a good shot.
Hawaii asking Charlie C-Mac to challenge this last play. I think they're going to... They're going to challenge the net violation, or the lack thereof, on that ruling. You see the officiating crew: Dixon Chun, Wayne Lee, Kevin Chun, and Mark Nakashima. It is Wayne Lee, the R2, who will be taking on the responsibilities of checking out the challenge.
I never saw the net anywhere during this rally, but we'll find out.
Yeah, the Hawaii players were pretty adamant about it. They collectively looked over at Charlie Wade.
Nothing there.
And that was
Nothing
the
there.
The crowd reacting to some of the games being played up on the big screen overhead. We had over 5,000 the other night on a Wednesday, mind you.
And it was a party all night long.
Yeah.
They had the canoe paddling going on, and they had the who needs a haircut. They had the one thing they did not have though was the kiss cam, which sometimes they have at professional baseball games.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not appropriate for the college atmosphere. I don't know.
It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game, the kiss cam. You are fully reliant on who the cameraman and video director think are there as a couple, right?
That's right. And this is taking, again, too long.
This is definitely one of the CMAC pet peeves,
And
the
men's
lengthy replay.
Men's volleyball has just got to figure out a way to make it easier for these R2s to make their decisions.
Well, it looks like a decision has been made. And I think we can read the lips there of Wayne Lee. No net, so the call stands. Charlie Wade loses a challenge.
And he's only got 2 left.
Each team starting with 3. You get to keep it if you're successful. Get another one added if we go to a 5th. So 8 serving 6 here in set 1. Wagner took a little something off that time. Rosenthal high and away to Hawkes, and he cracks it.
On Wednesday night, it took him a little while to get used to playing again because he sat out all last weekend against Tusculum. Tonight, no rust. The rust has been knocked off. He's taking full swings from the get-go.
Yeah, still pretty good the other night, even with some of that early rust. 15 kills, hit 367, also had 8 digs. Here's Kurt Neuster to serve. Pass there by Lamp. D-set goes to Wagner, hits it long, no touch, and we're tied again.
Oh, Wagner had a pretty good swing at that, only 1 blocker up.
Already the 4th hitting error for the Cardinal. Hit an 067. Hawaii on its side hitting 364 with 4 kills, no errors.
Let's see how the battle is between Hill and, well, we won't see it now, but between Hill and Henry Voss. That's been an interesting sort of story within the story. 2 very good middle attackers and blockers.
So here is Kevin Lamp, another 5th-year senior. We've got several of them here in this starting rotation. And that one just narrowly misses the end line. So some service errors here early on for both sides. That's the first for the Cardinals, but Hawaii already with 3 service errors. We're tied at 9.
You talk about the 5th-year senior. How about 9 guys being like 5th or 6th-year seniors on this Stanford squad? Very veteran team. Probably their greatest strength is their experience.
Oh boy, what a serve. Trent Rosenthal had 2 aces the other night. He now has 17 on the year. That is second best for this Rainbow Warrior squad.
And Charlie Wade said when he came in August that he was doing a lot of float serving. And Charlie said, no. We're going to change you into a jump server. And now, look at him. 17 aces so far. Wow.
So Hawaii in front, 10 serving 9. Perfect pass there by Turner. D-set. Wagner dug up over the net by Galloway. Retrieved by Hawkes. And he does so successfully, so we play on. Wagner again, over the block, but wide. What a play there by Hawkes. We see the dig here again. Now, Hawkes can retrieve this, but the return has to be wide of the antenna, which it was.
Is there a challenge? It looks like there's a challenge going on now.
Ball saved by the Rainbow Warriors.
So I think they're going to challenge whether or not that was a successful save. It looked okay from the end zone angle that we had there immediately on the replay.
Absolutely. It looked like it was a completely legitimate play.
And a heads-up play by the senior Spiros Hakas.
You know, more and more, these coaches are using challenges as a timeout, way to slow things down, slow down the server, as opposed to burning their timeouts. They'll use the challenge instead. There's the dig. It's got to go outside the antenna. It looked like it did. Well, there was the call. That's where it was. Did it travel over inside the antenna?
And so they will uphold the call. And that was a quick one. I know to your liking there, C-Man.
Yes.
So both coaches have lost the challenge already here in this first set. And Rosenthal again getting ready to serve it up. 6'8" freshman, originally from Austin, Texas. Then moved to Manhattan Beach. And enters this Hawaii program out of Miracosta High School. Back row, that is obliterated by Kevin Lamp. My goodness.
Amazing how prevalent that was in the first set last night. It sort of disappeared as the match went on, but this is unbelievable. Look at this. 2 blockers go up and empty net for Lamp.
Rosenthal, that short middle set to Voss. He had to kind of short arm it as it was a little bit low, but a freebie coming over the net here for Hawaii. Backside, Hakas up the ladder and down the chute.
Even though Spiros Hakas is a left side hitter, let me tell you, he's really good from the right side as well. It's high, hard, and right in the seam of the block.
3 early kills here for Spiros. No errors at the service line. He is 1 ace away from cracking the top 10 in career aces at UH. Almost got one there. The block was up on Lamp, and it's a roof.
Hawaii's shortest blocker might have gotten the most of that one. Chaz Galloway up and over.
So a timeout taken by the Cardinal. Hawaii up by 3 here in set 1. Don't miss a second of the action. Watch Spectrum Sports on the go. The Spectrum News app has the local sports you love and the news and weather that matter most to you. You can download today on the App Store or Google Play. So Hawaii up 3 here in set 1. They're hitting .385 with no hitting errors to this point in the first frame and riding a little 5-1 surge on the scoreboard. Hakas, that forces a pass tight to the net. One hand set goes outside, and Rotman was still able to make it work. Alex Rotman, the 6'6" sophomore from Santa Barbara, California, out of Santa Barbara High School. And he was a CIF Division I first team selection. Heck of a play on both the setter's part, Nathan Litsky, and the finish there by Alex Rotman.
Good play.
And then an ace is dealt out of the deck here for Stanford, courtesy Nathan Litsky. He had 3 aces on Wednesday.
And his mom is in the house.
That's right.
All the way from Austin, Texas. Long ride, she tells us.
Yeah, Mom Kathy, volleyball star in her own right at Virginia and William and Mary. She's in the house. Dad, Glenn, couldn't make it, unfortunately. We'll send him our best and say what's up from the Islanders. As that swing by Rotman trying to take a line and cut a little too hard as he missed it wide. Hawaii gets the point.
Glenn's been sick with RSV, she tells us. So I don't think you wanted to bring that over here to an airplane full of people or an arena full of people.
And we thank you for that, Glenn,
Yeah,
if that is in fact the case.
Thanks, Glenn.
14 serving 12. Middle set, that one was hammered. Nicely done by Nathaniel Gates. His 5th year with the program, all MPSF honorable mention last year. hit .453 for the season a year ago and was 6th in the MPSF in blocks per set. Pass by Galloway. Outside, it's Galloway rising high, sliding save Litsky. High ball set goes to Lamp, and the block slowed it down for Hawaii. So here is Choi now. Pump set goes to Galloway. And did he get a touch? Yes, he did. So Hawaii gets the 15 first. In the first, wearing the retros. Up by 2. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Long's Drugs. The number is 5. That's the number of solo blocks by Hawaii versus Standford on Wednesday. The most since recording 7 against Lewis back in March of 2022.
I thought the blocking made a big difference on Wednesday night. You know, Charlie Wade's hoping that same block shows up tonight.
15 serving 13 out of the timeout. Back row set, and that one is crushed by Rotman. And so much of the blocking success, as you have always suggested, C-Mac, is attached to the quality of serving, right? Because you get to load up depending on if the opposition is out of system and whatnot.
Exactly. And Hawaii's serving is so good, they are allowed to load up on certain players.
And DeRoss on the serve. Outside, it's Galloway. Blocked. It's pinballed around. Choi can't get there. And so the roof was up for the Cardinal that time, and we were even Steven here at 15 apiece. Standford got off to a 7-0 start this season for the first time since 1998. And they have now lost 2 straight, though. Came to Hawaii following a loss to CSUN.
I think lost today.
Yes, as a matter of fact. CSUN losing at home to Masters today, or as the home team.
I don't know where Masters is. Are they from Georgia?
Number 16, Nathaniel Gates. Number 17, Michael Ross. Chaz Galloway serving.
Do they play out of Augusta, you think?
16 serving 15.
Cardinals substitution number 23. Service number 14, Moses Franklin.
Masters is a really strong NAIA program, but still to defeat CSUN
Division I
by way of a sweep.
Exactly.
Pretty shocking. Aaron Briette with the serve. And Alakati Todd, what a layout save by Rotman. And it's two-handed over, freebie style. D-set, here's Todd. Through the block and down. Alakati with his second kill.
Rotman taking one for his brother, who's at home in Palo Alto. Couldn't make the trip. So now he's playing a lot for Will tonight.
Tony Thim to serve. Team leader in aces. Outside, that's Lamb. And he is denied access. Rosenthal jumping up next to Voss.
And watch for the next set. Instead of going to the outside where Hawaii's really strong up there, it's 6'9" and 6'7" there. But watch for the next set to, if they're on a good pass, to go to the back row quick.
D-set. And there is Moses Wagner finding the open floor. He was hitting negative 375 prior to that put down right there. He now has 2 kills, still in the negative numbers.
He's got to start swinging for the court, make sure he keeps the ball in play. He had 3 that just missed the court, but he's really got to, it's important. When he gets that D-set, he's got to keep the ball in play.
So 17 serving 18. Pass by Choi sails over the net, and it's put down by Rotman. And so we are tied at 18. So right now, Standford having a little more success at the service line. A couple of aces, and they've gotten Hawaii out of system several times. Charlie Wade signaling for a timeout. Welcome back. We got Rainbow Warrior basketball for you tomorrow, hosting second place UC Davis in Big West Hoops. 6:30 p.m. is when our coverage will begin here on Spectrum Sports. Huge win for Ron Ganot's team last night against UC San Diego. They were shorthanded with the injury to Jovan McClanahan, and still found a way, even though they trailed by 9 in that first half, went to overtime. Fantastic victory, much needed as well for Hawaii. That dig hit the big screen above, stayed on Stanford's side, so a perfect set is then delivered by Luke Turner to Alex Rotman, and Rotman, who was put into the starting lineup tonight, has made an impact here already with 5 kills to lead the Cardinal.
I love the way Luke Turner's been setting the ball. He's had a couple of those from the back row. He's set high and right on the money for the swings from the front row players. And Alex Rotman, as you said, leading the way with 5 kills.
Hawkins from behind the line, gets it home.
Oh, what a shot. He had no approach, just a step close enough. That's one great athlete right there. Spiros Hakas from Athens, Greece. Finds a way to get it down up against 2 blockers, and he had no approach, 0.
19 all here in the first. Rosenthal, the lone ace for Hawaii earlier in this set. Outside it goes, Rotman, and right now he is peaking. Alex Rotman, 6 kills, leading all hitters.
Last night he came in, I believe, in the second set, and then he started sets 3 and 4. And tonight, he played well enough, obviously, and his ankle's good enough to start tonight.
And here's Adam Chang now, another 5th-year senior out of San Diego. And he gets that one passed up by Choi. A little joust above the tape. Rosenthal sets it to the pin, and Alakai Todd outmaneuvers the block to get the kill.
What a smart play by the 6th-year senior. He sees the block well formed and just uses that right hand of Litsky there. Some blockers, by the way, when they see the attacker doing that, they'll drop their arms, not to give a free target for the attacker.
3 kills for Todd. We're tied for the 10th time in this first frame. Rotman off the block and down. Alex Rotman unstoppable right now.
7 kills, only 1 error, hitting 600.
And Stanford edges in front. Oh, what a serve that time by Litsky. Rosenthal set up Alakai Todd and then had to book it out of the way just to let Todd make an approach, and it was another one of those veteran savvy type of kills for Alakai.
You call that a grinding. You grind it into the block and you push it out. He's had it on the left side now and the right side. He doesn't discriminate where he can make that shot, obviously.
There's Hawaii's reserve setter at the moment, Kevin Calling. A transfer from Lewis, brought in as a serving specialist the other night. Gets that serve in. Middle set goes to Gates, and he goes off of Neusterer and down. So these teams trading blows here. Stanford with a certain fire about them, though. They want this first set. Remember, they have won every set won this season, including the other night. And they're trying to keep that trend going here in front of a large crowd in Mānoa.
I think we're getting closer to 9,000 now. The late filing in people are coming in.
It's filling up pretty good.
It is.
We didn't hear much in the way of the phrase sellout, but I mean, you look, there aren't too many open pockets here in the arena tonight.
Well, you did say the other night it's the best game in town, didn't you? Best show in town.
It's hard to argue. Here's Galloway up the elevator shaft. Tools the block. We're tied again, and Todd will serve. 12 ties in this first set. I mean, these teams are just battling.
This is a part of Todd's game that I think has improved maybe the most. Oh, don't I give him a broadcaster's jinx? I'm so sorry, Kanoa. I didn't mean to. The broadcaster's jinx.
Don't apologize to me.
Oh, man. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Actually, right as I said that, I thought, we're going to wait until after he serves an ace. I didn't say it.
Standford by 1. Here's the D set to Todd. And he totally redeems himself.
Man, that was a swing and a half. Locke takes inside, they give him the line, and he just demolishes it. Great wrist away. Great shot.
John Costa going to signal for a timeout. Tied at 23. So we mentioned an uptick in the crowd, a significant increase even from the 5,000 plus the other night on Wednesday. And they have been treated to a back and forth, narrowly competitive first set.
I think they've gotten their money's worth so far, don't you think?
Ryan Kalesuji is with us as well. Let's check in with him. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, thanks, Kono. We got a few updates from the sideline. First, from the Standford sideline, the coaching staff very pleased with their team thus far, saying, hey, we're passing well. We're doing everything that we need to do. It's just these little plays, and a lot of it concentrating on their block. They just want their block to be tighter. They're getting a lot of touches just being used right now. For the Hawaii sideline, pay attention to Spiros Hakas. Earlier in this set, on an ace, he actually got hit and kicked in the head by Leo Choi accidentally. And during the prior two timeouts, he's had a towel over his head. He's had his hand on his head, maybe dealing with a little bit of a headache after getting that kick in the head. He has some redness over on his left side of his face and ear, but seemingly continues to be playing through whatever he's maybe dealing with right now. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Spiros Hakas, as strong a competitor as there is. And in a big match like this, you know it's going to take an awful lot for him to even take a breather, let alone come out of a match.
He knows how valuable he is to this team's success, no doubt.
You can see it here. Keep your eye on Eleu Choi's foot there, sort of.
Oh, yeah.
That scorpion tail action. And that got him pretty good there. Aside from maybe a little bit of, as Ryan said, a headache, no visible reactions or responses there from Spiros Hakas. But that's pretty visible as Hawaii gets the ace from Chaz Galloway. And Hawaii has aloha ball here in the first. And look at this crowd starting to stand up.
They're starting to put the pressure on the receivers here.
And Galloway into the net. And so they will sit, at least for the moment.
Maybe there's more pressure on the server there.
That's kind of chicken skin, though, don't you think?
It is. 8,500, 9,000, rising as one.
Tough serve coming here from Wagner. Took something off. Good pass by Choi. Trying to dunk it over was Rosenthal. Overpass, though, serves up Hakas. And it's aloha ball again.
And Newsfer loves pressure situations like this. Remember those 17 straight that he had last week against Tusculum?
It was an 18-point run.
Amazing.
Outside, Lamp bounces it off the Terraflex in front of a rolling Galloway. And so now the crowd doing a little bit of squatting up and down here after 2 set points for Hawaii. I mean, you watch volleyball and you get a workout.
Yeah, it's like an aerobic workout, yeah.
Crowd turning up the volume knob here. It's Lamp to serve. Into the twine. Time to get on up one more time. And it's Rosenthal who will serve. Third aloha ball here for Hawaii. Good serve. What a pass, though, by the libero Turner. And the middle set was off target. So Hawaii with the advantage. High ball. Hakas! Some grease lightning to finish the deal in set one. And Standford goes down in an opening frame for the first time this season. Played some extra points in that first set. Hawaii coming out on top. Welcome back. Time now for the Hawaii Honda Dealers highlight reel. And Alakai Todd has just been lava hot here as of late, and it's continuing tonight.
5 kills, no errors. He's doing it in all sorts of ways. Grind shots, rips down the line. Has yet to make an error, hitting 625.
Spiros Hakas, well, doing Spiros Hakas things, leading the way for Hawaii with 6 kills, but he also went errorless.
Hawaii with only 1 hitting error in the entire first set. Hitting 448 to Stanford's 242, doubling up on them. Stanford out digging Hawaii, though, 13-6. Hawaii out blocking Stanford 3-1. And Rotman leading the way with 7 kills. And he also leads the way with 4 digs for the card.
That was interesting. It looked like the vast majority of that first frame, Standford was the more effective serving team, getting Hawaii out of system, even accumulating more aces. But Hawaii came on strong down the tail end there, and there were a few Standford miscues down the stretch, even on what was the final set point, where there was a misconnection, if you will, between Nathan Litsky and his middle.
Exactly.
Well, a big week in college volleyball. How about the matchup in Long Beach at the Pyramid? Number 1, Long Beach State taking down number 4, UCLA in 4. Long Beach State now 10-0. The Masters, number 1 team in the NAIA, they swept CSUN at CSUN.
A very good CSUN team, too.
Then you had Loyola Chicago pulling off the rankings upset over Ohio State in 5. What a thriller there.
And that's men's volleyball this year, Kanoa. It's unbelievable. It's wonderful to see the parity. And the Big West, never deeper, I think, and never stronger, maybe, than this year.
A couple other surprises even elsewhere in the country tonight as Hakas continuing where he left off here to get things going in set 2. You had Lincoln Memorial taking down Princeton in 4 tonight.
That's another upset.
Yeah, what do you attribute that to? Why are we seeing such parity here this year, you think?
I think the whole mobility of players these days.
Taco Bell is so good and so cheap. No, right? I wonder
let him have his moment here, but no, continue.
I think the mobility of players these days, where they go someplace and they're like the 4th or 5th outside.
I've always had to love
re-recruited all over again. So what happens if you do that enough, pretty soon you're going to get the talent spread around the country a lot more evenly.
2 aces now tonight for Tread Rosenthal. Out serve, though, gives it right back to the Cardinal.
Kanoa, there's also a COVID effect going on. CSUN's a great example. They've got their entire starting lineup back. A bunch of them using their COVID years.
Boss pounds it off the hands and out.
Stanford with 9 guys. Basically 9 seniors that'll be leaving next year. You see the Brazilian flag come out again.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have the combination of some of these extra years of eligibility and the transfer portal, which allows some of those seniors, if they want one last go of it, to transfer maybe to a place where they'll play a little bit more. So Hawaii wasn't playing around on that block. They had 3 blockers waiting. 6 hands across the net there for the Rainbow Warriors with their 4th block of the evening.
4 blocks to 1 right now. Hawaii kind of dominated at the net. Last night it was 11 blocks to 4. So we're picking up right where they left off.
How about that serve by Hakas? That is his first ace, and that gets him into the top 10 in career service aces at the University of Hawaii. He now ties Nave Milo with 99 for his career. And he has a chance, if he puts a few more together here this evening, to move up the charts in a significant way. Yuval Katz and Sivan Leone have 100. They're in the 8th slot. And so they're next in the crosshairs there for Spiros Hakas. Back row, Hakas! Oh boy, he's in his bag right now.
He's got it all going on. From the service line, you can catch up with Sivan Leone, Yuval Katz, Eyal Zamed.
Stanford timeout. Hawaii coming out big in the set. Welcome back, Spiros Hakas busting out here. Had 6 kills in the first set, 2 kills here in this second set. A service ace, which ties him for 10th place in the all-time career aces list at the University of Hawaii. He has 99 and a chance to move further up the rankings with a few more of those aces. Look at that hitting percentage, my goodness. Outside it goes to Rotman. That push dink works. It sort of saddled Tread Rosenthal. And Rotman up to 8 kills on his side. He's having a ball game, but Hawaii with a good burst here to get the second frame underway.
I saw the push dink there, but I'll tell you what though, yesterday John Costa ran a practice where no dinks were allowed the entire time. He wants his players to swing away a little bit more tonight.
Pass there by Choi. Voss couldn't get it down, returned over the net, but drifting out of bounds. What do you think about the connection between Rosenthal and Voss here to this point in the season?
Getting better, and it could get even better. I think it's an upward ceiling there, as Charlie likes to call it. I think we'll see some different kinds of sets as the season goes on. I think you'll see Voss get more 31 sets. He'll get more sets behind Tread Rosenthal. There'll just be some more variation, but right now I know Charlie Wade wants to see them just get a good connection in front, a quick one set, and leave it at that. And they'll start to branch out as the season goes on.
3 serving 7, Rotman into the net. How much of a different dynamic is it going from Jakob Tella, who wasn't a small setter by any stretch, but to go from him to Tread Rosenthal, who is 6'9". You know, Charlie Wade suggests that he's actually maybe pushing 6'10".
Yeah.
And for that kind of exchange, if you're a middle hitter like G. Voss, who is listed at 6'7".
Yeah, it's very different. The ball's up there high and easier to get to, but it still takes connection.
Middle set, that's Gates guarding the back line. Oh, it's Hakas, so high ball bump set. Chaz trying to time it, and he does.
Chaz Galley loving to play again after sitting out last weekend completely. I guess his legs are feeling all right, huh?
No. Based on that vertical leap, I would say so. 7 kills the other night. He has 3 here tonight. Stanford out of system. Lamp from off the net, saved by Todd. Hakas had to adjust the approach, and he dropped the anvil anyway.
I thought he might have been in front of the 3-meter line. See where he is. Oh, yeah.
I think John Costi thinks so as well, and he's going to issue a challenge there.
I think I would use that too. I'm pretty sure he got his, at least his pinky on the white line. We'll see.
From that initial angle, looked like perhaps a violation. We'll see here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the toes. He was just maybe a half size too big in the shoe department.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call, I would think, for Wayne Lee to make this. You know, that basically was not a set. It was meant for Hakas. It was meant to go to somebody else. And Rosenthal at the last minute did not see any front row player ready. So I guess I'll just bail out and go to Hakas in the back. And Spiros was not expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, this will likely get reversed, but still a pretty sensational effort there by Hakas, who had to, midway through, readjust his approach. And even with the sort of short step there, was able to get that ball down. Did they not reverse the call? The call stood.
Wow. That surprises me. I thought for sure that was a line violation.
Yeah, that looked, at least from our vantage point, that could have very well been reversed. Instead, it's 9 kills for Hakas, and then Rotman from the back row, punched up by Neusterer, and Galloway taking a crack at it. Cardinal coming back, Rotman. Look at Eleu Choi run it down. And we play on. Outside, Lamp into the net. The crowd is drinking it in.
What can you say about Eleu Choi? The gym is just not big enough for him. He'll run down anything. Boy, lucky you got away with that one. One-on-one situation on the outside there, and Lamp could not get a good swing at it.
Here's Gates. Neuster slowed it down, then plays it off the net. And it drops in! No, they will call it out!
Now Hawaii players want Charlie to challenge that call.
That happened right in front of us, and it looked in real time like that was in. Let's take a look. Charlie Wade is challenging it, and that ball appears to be in, right on the line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The ball's definitely an easy call.
What a play there by Kurt Neusterer.
Yeah.
And it's been a busy night here so far for Wayne Lee.
Yes.
Putting in as much work as anybody on the floor here this evening.
I don't know if he signed up for that.
Again, replay challenge system utilizing a variety of different angles, multiple static cameras for the DVS Sport replay system, as well as the angles that we have at our disposal here on our broadcast.
We have 7 cameras. DVS, I think, has 3. So between the 10 cameras, we pretty much ought to get it right every time.
Yeah, it's reversed. Hawaii gets the point, and Kurt Neusterer gets to celebrate. Hawaii has scored 5 in a row to take a 9-point lead here in this second frame. Todd getting ready to bring it across. And that's an ace!
Ace number 5 on the night for the team. Walakai, ace number 1.
14th on the season. His confidence continuing to swell night in and night out. One hand back set goes to Wagner. 2 hands saved there by Hakas. D-set. Oh, that is Hakas from the back row. Off the block and out. And Hawaii still surging. That's 7 in a row. We're going to get a substitution here as Teo Snui will enter the match, replacing Moses Wagner. And John Costi probably wanting to call a timeout, but figuring, hey, look, we're going to get the media timeout at 15 anyway. 14 serving 3. Outside it goes to Lamp. And a much-needed tourniquet applied there to stop the bleeding here.
Snui now going to the outside, playing opposite position that he is used to playing. Last night, he was playing on the left side. Tonight he's getting a chance to return to his old spot. We'll see how it works with this different lineup.
It's Gates on the serve outside Galloway. Oh, he went way up into the sky. Cleared for takeoff. Air Galloway. And Hawaii gets to 15 first. 15-4 Hawaii in set 2. And we're looking at the current set 2 hitting percentages, and this is just bananas. Standford flatlining Hawaii, hitting 900.
I'm not sure I've ever, in all my 40 years of broadcasting here, ever seen that kind of disparity between 2 top 5 teams playing each other. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I got to think the 9,000 fans are making some sort of difference. Don't you think, Kanoa?
I've always associated 900 numbers with those pay telephone numbers, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, back in my day. A 900 hitting percentage. Outside, it's Lamp. It's blocked. Cover there by Turner. And then the middle set, it's Ethan Hill. Has been somewhat quiet here this evening. That's his first kill on just his second attempt.
I think we can look for him to get more sets as the match goes on, especially if the passing is good. I've been impressed with Luke Turner's passing all night long. He's really been putting up some good three-point passes.
Snooey. Good pass there by Choi. That was perfect. And Keone Thim. A back row violation as Charlie Wade leaves him out there on that sequence. What do you think of that move, letting Thim play through a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's important for him to get some quality time against a really good opponent.
Two-hand save there by Turner. Outside, it's Lamp. And that one didn't clear the tape. That's going to be a Hawaii point.
Now waiting for the Rainbow Warriors, Kai Taylor. Serving for Critical Super.
So Kai Taylor now coming in to serve. Charlie Wade working a couple of the non-starters here. Hawaii up 10 in set 2. What a serve that was. Great pass by Rotman, and then he gets the set in the back row, but pumps it long.
That was a 63-mile-an-hour heater by Kai Taylor. He's really good when he comes in. He rarely misses, you know. He'll be getting it in the 60s, but I've heard that he's also got a 70-mile-an-hour heater.
That one slowed down by the tape. Outside, Lamp. And that one stays on the Standford side. Lamp has hit it into the netting several times here this evening. And Hawaii has built out its largest lead of the match, 12 points. And another substitution here as John Costi just trying to search for a spark to try to settle things for his Cardinal, Ryan Duras, checking in. Look at that. That was thunderous. 68 mile an hour. As Duras immediately making that coaching decision pay off as he finds that deep corner.
That was a really good swing. Really good swing by Duras.
We do have the radar gun set up as well as the radar gun monitors, but I think because the crowd has kind of shaken the arena so much at both ends, the radar gun monitors are off kilter. They're hard to read. They're sort of hanging by a thread over there as Hoppus goes off the hands and out. So we'll do our best. There you go. You see, it's just kind of just trying his best to hang in there. The other side's even worse.
Oh, man.
We'll have some notes. We'll share some notes at the end of the match. Work in progress here. Middle set, that's Hill trying to go wrist away and missed the floor. And Standford in its head right now, it seems, C-Mac.
Yeah, they're just not playing smart volleyball right now. Getting too many balls out into the net. Not challenging the block.
Meanwhile, Hawaii is locked in from the service line. That D set to Snooey, and that goes wide. And so another little three-point burst here by Hawaii. John Costi going to signal for a timeout. It is falling off the rails here for the Cardinal in set 2. You got to come on out for Beeman's Big Bash. The University of Hawaii women's basketball trying to set the largest attendance figure of head coach Laura Beeman's tenure when Hawaii hosts UC Santa Barbara February 17th right here at Simplify Arena at San Sheriff Center. 7 p.m. start time. It's going to be a matchup of two of the top Big West teams in the standings. Tickets are on sale now for $7 for adults, $5 for senior citizens. All Keiki ages 4 through high school are free.
You centered the ball game for the Card.
Theron Briette, 6'3" sophomore from San Jose, California. So changes plenty here for John Costi's crew as that one is pumped long by Snooey. And it just continues to fall apart here for the Cardinal.
It was a pretty good pass, pretty good set. I think Briette was just trying to avoid that block.
Meanwhile, serves keep dropping inbounds here for Hawaii. Diving save in the back row was either Thim or Choi. Thim that time for sure with the dig. Outside set, Hawkins touches it off the block and out. What a play there by Spiros.
Once again, Spiros making magical athletic moves. There's the pop-up right there by Thim. And then Thim again. And then Spiros the wipe off.
Had no angle whatsoever did Hawkins, and he still made it work. Rotman, the block slowed it down. Backside, a little tight to the pin, looped over by Todd. So here's the high ball set. Snooey off the fingertips. Good save there by Thim. Outside, Hawkins roll shot off the block and down. And it's Aloha ball in set 2. And look at this score. This is a top 5 matchup. And Hawaii is up by 17.
Charlie Wade's got to be thinking, oh, please don't peak this. This team can't be peaking in February. Let's do this in May.
What a serve. It's an overpass played by Hawkins. Big advantage. Hawaii vaults. Finishes the deal. Hawaii wins it by an absurd margin against the 5th-ranked team in the country, 25-7. They hit 7:06 in set 2 and will have a chance to crack open the broom closet. Here are your Pizza Hut match statistics. Do not adjust your television sets or devices. These are the actual numbers. What do you make of that, C-Mac?
This is like Ryan Clay Shuji used the perfect word for it. Hawaii is efficient. Only 2 errors all night long in the hitting department, hitting 543 to Stanford's 068. How about the service aces to errors as well? 5 aces to 2. Blocks 5 to 1. Hawaii just basically dominating in every phase of the game against the 5th-ranked team in the country. This is a good Stanford team that just is out of sorts right now. Hawaii is really playing well in front of this hometown crowd of, about 9,000.
Yeah, I think that's what's so jarring. This is the number 5 team in the country. Stanford got off to a 7-0 start this year. And yes, they're shorthanded, missing the great Will Rotman. But this is a team that looked awfully good in the first set on Wednesday. A team that has the ability to play at an extremely high level. We saw it for a good portion even in the opening frame tonight. And for Hawaii to do what they did in that second set, from the service line in particular, it was, in front of this monster crowd, a monstrous performance.
Yeah, it really was. It was something else. I'm not sure we'll see anything like that the rest of the year against this good of an opponent.
Fred Rosenthal will serve to get us going here in set 3. Hawaii up 2-0. And it is Alex Rotman who gets the scoring started here for the Cardinals. If you're John Costi and you have worked alongside him in many instances, How
2
does
years.
how does he try to calm things down and see if he can get his team back on track after a set like that?
I think it's a matter of being all back to basics, you know. Nothing fancy, just play some smart volleyball. Hit the ball in the court like that.
Score the first 2 points here of this third set.
Pass well, make some smart sets, make some smart hits, play some good, solid volleyball. And Rotman has got 8 kills now. He's hitting 294. He's getting his job done. He needs other players to do the same thing. Gates actually, he's got some pretty good numbers. 3 kills. He's hitting 500. The rest of the players, the attackers, are really struggling.
So out serve gives it to Hawaii. These two programs have played throughout the history of men's volleyball, as Hawkes sends it just long. Hawaii leading the all-time series 49-38. They hold a 30-11 advantage in Honolulu, and they have won the last 10 in a row. So look at the series record. Of course, the last meeting was 2 nights ago. Straight up in the air by Choi. Here's Todd trying to time it. The dig there by Snooey. Now Rotman, short approach, dink shot, sniffed out by Rosenthal. Hawkes is going to hit it on 2, and he rattles it through the block.
I like that creativity in Hawaii's transition offense, where they do something like setting the back row player on 2 rather than running the 1-2-3, but just there's the 1 and boom. Throws off the other team's block, throws off the back row defense. Nice creativity.
Rotman off the block, the save by Voss. Hawkes from way behind the line, and he gets it anyway. He's got 15 kills to lead everybody.
Spiros Hawkes is fearless, Kanoa. He will do a step close, no approach, and hit hard from anywhere. Nice save by Voss to keep the ball alive. And Hawkes, 1 step, boom, just hammers it.
And Voss to serve again. And that one drifts long. And it showed a little bit of the veteran relationship, that previous sequence where you had Chaz Galloway just sort of centering that second ball, right? And knowing, all right, if I get it anywhere in the vicinity, Spiros will probably at least be able to take a swing at it.
Exactly.
Pass by Galloway. And Todd able to work the inner portion of that block, and it goes down for another kill. His 6th, still error-free tonight.
That ball not set where Trent wanted to set it, didn't get far enough outside. Alakai had to do a nice job of moving his feet, getting his feet to the ball, and hitting an awkward set in an awkward position, and still finds a way to get the kill. Alakai really having a masterful year hitting.
Well, he's become one of the great stories, you'd have to say, here at this early stage of the college volleyball season, as that one is going to be called in. And Galloway went tumbling after the block attempt, appears to be okay. But give that kill to Moses Wagner.
And those Charlie Wade, I think, wisely sticking with his lineup, really respecting this Stanford team. So not making a whole lot of wholesale changes here in the third, despite a 2-0 lead in sets.
Meanwhile, small changes on the Stanford side as that D set goes to Todd, and he demolishes it. I mean, you start to run out of adjectives and superlatives. The signs are becoming more and more creative. My cutty, ala cutty, and ala cutty with the putty. But you start to run out of ways to describe just how amazing a story this has turned into.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful back set there. Nathan Litsky.
That was a thing of beauty there. Took 2 blockers with him. Gave his hitter a one-on-one.
Did it one-handed as well. And it's an ace for Moses Wagner. And Stanford, this is maybe how you bounce back from a whooping in that second set. Is you just start serving up some bombs from the line.
It'll help having better serving, but I think the bigger part of their improvement's got to come from their attacking, their passing, and their hitting.
So 6 serving 7 here in the third. Here's Kurt Neusterer. We are told he and Tread Rosenthal split a pair of chess matches earlier in the day. Oh, that one hit straight to the floor by Ethan Hill. Neusterer, who took 2 from Rosenthal on Wednesday, which is why he always likes to crack a joke or two. He introduced Tread to us before the match. He said, "Hey, have you met my friend Owen? Owen 2." They are overall, apparently, this season tied at 3 wins apiece. As G. Voss lays into one, his 4th kill.
If you want to keep Neusterer humble, you say, "Well, how are you doing against Kupono Faye, the assistant coach?"
It's funny. There is a lot of respect for Kupono Faye and his chess master abilities.
Kupono crushes everybody.
And he'll talk about it, too. So give me 5 minutes with any of these
in
games.
the alumni game today, he had an amazing serve under the net. And the players are going to make sure that they heard all about it.
High ball set goes to Rotman. Block able to slow it down. Punched up by Choi. Here's Hakas. Unwinds and unloads.
You know, his legs look fresh. His arm looks fresh. He's got 3 blockers up, and he just goes OTT over the top with heat. He is really playing some great volleyball right now. 16 kills, no errors in 21 swings.
Double-figure kills for Spiros Hakas in 8 of 9 matches played this season.
He's an outside hitter, by the way. And out of an outside hitter, if you get 350 kill percentage out of him, it's really pretty good. He's hitting 762. Nobody does that.
It's outrageous. Oh, that back set to Hakas. That was dynamic there from Rosenthal.
Set a little bit tight to the net. Spiros had to do a little pushing off the block there. A little bit tight, but he did a nice job. Just yet another kill. 17 kills now.
Look at that stat line. Outside Rotman. Blocked. Cover there along the net. So Rotman get another stab at it. Blocked back. Cover there by Gates. Now they go the other way. And the solo stuff by Chaz Galloway saying, "Aole."
The smallest blocker comes up with the biggest block. How about that from Chaz? Nice press over the net. Good hand position. Good read. He had it all going on.
10 serving 9 here in the third. An overpass fielded by Choi. Rosenthal goes to Voss. Off the hands. Stanford playing it back. And Rotman trying to go wrist away. Hits it wide, no touch. And that's 3 straight points here for the Rainbow Warriors.
Watch for Carson to call an early timeout to stop a Hawaii run.
This Hawaii team playing at such a high level here this weekend. And you wondered, right? They did start off the season against Loyola Chicago. And also had a road match against Ball State. A couple of certainly high-ranking, respected programs. As that one is laid into by Moses Wagner. But you wonder, right? Charlie Wade likes to also play a lot of teams that are outside of the national rankings, teams that are maybe still very much in their early stages as programs. And you wondered, all right, going from Tusculum just 2 days prior to playing the 5th-ranked team in the country, what was going to be the response of his Hawaii team? And after dropping that first set on Wednesday, my goodness, they have found themselves. Spiros Hakas is feeling himself. 18 put down.
Is it just me, or is every set going to Spiros? I mean, he's got 18 kills and 23 tries, yet to make an error, hitting 783.
Hey, he's got it going like this. Let him eat. And that one is hammered by Rotman.
That was a nice set. Litsky there fooled the block. Gave his hitter a one-on-one.
So it's Rotman to serve. He's got 10 kills to lead the Cardinal, hitting 240 here tonight. Rosenthal going backside. Here's Todd. Over the top.
Well, I said in one of my keys to the game for Stanford was slow down Alakai. I'm not sure that's happening right now. Alakai picks up his 8th kill. He's got no errors.
Outside. Snowy is blocked. Now they go the other way. And it's Wagner. And he gets the kill.
Wagner starting to warm up. He struggled in that first set with 3 errors. Now he's finding the lines at least.
And he's up to 6 kills, hitting 062. Stanford hitting 389 here in this third set. It's pretty darn good. Hawaii hitting 692 though on its side. And did that curl in? Yes, it did. Line judge called it in. That's an ace. No challenge from Charlie Wade. And a heck of a serve there by Duross.
Well, this thing had all kinds of spin on it. Catches both lines, I think. Great shot.
13 apiece. Duross with the ace, followed by the service error. Hawaii back in front by a point. 14 serving 13. Now Chaz to serve. ABCA All-American honorable mention and first team All-Big West selection a season ago. Back row, hammered by Rotman, dug up by Galloway, fielded out of press row across the way by Hakas, and then the block is up. Curtin Neuster says, talk to the hands. And Hawaii gets to 15 first in set 3. Welcome back. Earlier this evening, as Hawaii wearing its throwback uniform, some throwback signs for the alumni match. Around 30 University of Hawaii volleyball alums battled one another. Kupono Fei, assistant coach. Davis Holt, still showing some of the skills. Kobe Kanetake, just like he always planned it, off the net and down for the ace. Yeah, Kana'i Akana, who was taking some cracks out there. This was Philip Umler as well, getting some love from the Antes. I mean, this was a group that spanned decades across the history of University of Hawaii volleyball, as Spiros Hakas, the current star, still busting with 19 kills here in this match. But CMAC, it was really cool to see those guys out there. And what struck me, or what I thought of, was you have been doing this for so long. You probably called matches for just about every player out there.
I think I did every player except for 2. Or 2 that played before we started doing TV in 1984.
Hit down by Moses Wagner. He even had Chris Costi, the brother of John Costi, who played here at the University of Hawaii. Yeah, it was really, really cool. And you know what? It was a pretty darn good display of volleyball, all things considered.
I think our James Anastasiadis might have led both teams in kills, for sure in Bic attacks. He was unbelievable in those.
A service ace by Wagner. That is his third, and Standford within one. Not ready to pack it in here in set 3. Two-hand pass, Choi. Look at Rosenthal going down to the Terraflex to serve up some guava jelly for Spiros Hakas. That was amazing.
How about that set by the 17-year-old? My goodness. Goes to his knees, pops it up. No spin, had "hit me" written all over it. And Spiros does just that. He hit it. And he hit it hard for his 20th kill. No errors. He's only hitting 800. Outsides are supposed to hit 350. What's he doing tonight?
It's mind-bending what this guy is doing. Look at that. 2 off of his season high. He had 22 kills against Loyola Chicago on January 5th. His career high is 24. That was against CSUN back in 2022. Here's Keone Phim. Serve there, forces the overpass. Hakas knows what to do with it. And Keone Phim, C-Mac, who was at the service line for what was the final 8-point run that Hawaii put together to close the match 2 nights ago. He is back there here trying to create more breathing room.
He had 13 serves for points the other night and really played well. Not just serving his 75-mile-an-hour heater, he had everything going on.
The overpass, and it's Rosenthal who does the deed. That was a smoke show by Keone Phim. Hawaii up 4. The Phim Reaper strikes again. Oh, it's a scene here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center on a whiteout night. 8,930 through the turnstiles for a Friday night match about a third of the way through the season.
Unbelievable.
Out of the timeout, Phim tried to give him on that one, but into the twine it went. Phim still getting an applause from the crowd after that service run. Already up 19-16 here in the third. Snooey on the jump serve. That's a perfect pass by Choi. Outside it goes. Hakas is blocked and roofed. His first hitting error of the night. He is human, as exposed by Nathan Litsky and company.
I guess he's taking off the Greek Superman cape. Great block by Litsky. Turned the ball right back into the court. Standford waiting for that.
What does Rosenthal do? He goes right back out to Hakas, and he goes right back to business. Rosenthal has a knack for doing that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's what they call a repeat setter, or repeat to somebody who just made a mistake.
That ties Hakas' season high in kills. 22 here. Hitting 750. Wagner through the block. Diving save there by Galloway. Here's Hakas. Oh, what a save there in the back row by Snooey. Freebie coming over the net, though. Backside, Todd, it was tight to the frame, and he goes off hands and out.
Once again, that little grinding, little push into the block, and wiping it off. Good dig by Galloway. Keep that rally alive, and here is the grind, the push and out, using the blocker's outside hand. Smart play by Alakai Todd, proving he's got more than just the line shot and the cross-court one. He's got that one as well. A tough set.
Yeah, Alakai Todd's done that a few times, actually, this evening. He now has 9 kills with no errors. Let's check in with Ryan. What's up?
Hey, thanks, Kono. Well, the Stanford sideline here really has come up to the players that are just trying to motivate themselves as coaches continue to talk about tactics, and really the senior leadership of Nathan Litsky, the setter, really trying to encourage his team, trying to keep them motivated. And in this match, we saw that block earlier that really fired up his team. This senior captain trying to lead his team back on the Hawaii sideline. It seems like everything is cruising. The coaching staff very pleased with Hawaii and their efficiency thus far tonight. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Yeah, and Hawaii setter Tread Rosenthal very familiar with Nathan Litsky. We mentioned both growing up in the Austin area. They both played for the Austin Juniors. Litsky was about 18 years old. Tread Rosenthal was about 12. He was playing primarily when he was on the floor as a libero at the time, more of a utility player overall, but Litsky was a setter, and Rosenthal said, I really liked watching him play, and he said, yeah, he did serve as a little bit of an inspiration for me to pursue the setter role and position. And now you have both of them on different sides of the net here in a top 5 matchup. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. I'm sure Dad and Glenn is listening with pride, as are the Rosenthals. Well, Lindsay and Mike Rosenthal, I'm sure, enjoyed that story as well.
It would have been quite the story if Tread Rosenthal remained a libero, even though he grew to 6'9". You do have a 6'6" setter, libero, I should say, on the Standford side, and Luke Turner, so not completely, I guess, out of the realm.
He's a good one, too. I like Luke Turner. I like the way he plays. Plays great back row defense, solid passer, good leader. And maybe the best thing he does is set the ball from deep back in the court to the right spots to the front court players.
He's played a host of positions in his Stanford career, both inside hitters. There's that one hit into the net by Briette. And Hawaii closing in here, 22 serving 18, and look who's retreating back to serve.
What a night he's had. Unbelievable.
And that one is kept in on the Hawaii side. So 3-point differential here.
He was saying something in Greek there. Did you notice that? It was a Greek expletive.
Yeah, we probably still can't repeat it, even if we have a small percentage of Greek speakers watching. Litsky, pass there by Choi. Pockets from the back row. He's got a season-high 23 kills. Hawaii has 23 points, 2 away from busting out the brooms.
Does Trent Rosenthal know that he's riding a hot hitter right now, you think? Spiros is getting like every other set.
He's gotten 30 attempts tonight. Next closest is Alakati Todd with 15. So yeah, I would say so. That was a wicked hit there by Moses Wagner.
Great swing on a bit of a broken play. 2 blockers up. Moses found a way to get around both blockers.
So here's Rotman to serve. Could be a last gasp here for Stanford. They got to put a run together, but that's not going to help. Into the net, and close to 9,000 will rise here at Simplify Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. Aloha ball for the match. And it's Alakati Todd who will do the honors. It's a pass over the net. Providing the exclamation point. And Hawaii takes down the 5th-ranked Cardinal, Ekahi Elua Aloha, to improve to 10-1 in 2024.
And how appropriate to end the way that it does, with Hawaii's serve being such a factor. Night in and night out, it seems to make a difference. That's when they make separation with their opponent. When they serve tough, they get overpasses, or they get aces.
Yeah, Hawaii at different stretches tonight put on a serving clinic. And they take it in 3. And how about the offense? They hit 594 for the match, 696 in that 3rd set.
And Spiros hit only 733 on the night. Oh my goodness gracious.
This is going to be a difficult match to quantify from the standpoint of just trying to figure out how Hawaii was able to do it to this degree against such a strong opponent here tonight.
Yeah, it's almost like they were playing as if it was an NC2A tournament and they had to move on to play the next match, so they better play perfectly, and they almost did play perfectly most of the night.
And so Hawaii, with its 102nd victory in this building since 2017, and 10th victory here this season. Let's send it over to Scott Robbs. He's with Charlie Wade.
Coach, congratulations. You guys were really good tonight.
Yeah, we're pretty good in all phases. You know, the service game was there. Offensively, we were really good. And, you know, I think we ended with 3 errors total, and all 3 of them were kind of bad sets. You know, you got to love the center we got. He's out there just battling. He's learning. He's getting better, and to come out here and run an offense like that tonight against a really good team, a veteran team. Pretty impressive. A lot of fun, and stoked to have the crowd out here tonight. I don't know what the number was, but
I think about 9,000.
they were awesome. That was awesome. Really appreciate everybody coming out. Got a bye week, and then another couple weeks, and the outrigger will be amazing too. So come out and check this team out. It's well worth the price of admission.
8930, I'm being told, was the attendance. Talk a little bit about Spiros. You gave him a break last week, and it looked like it paid off here this week against Standford.
For sure. You know, I mean, he's a veteran guy and, you know, really professional in everything he does. And we just, you know, we talked about it. Now, of course, he wants to be out there every night, but, you know, you look at it, it's not like it's endless amount of energy and there's only so many jumps in a year, really. So we'll continue to do that kind of stuff and take advantage. And, you know, the guys that went in, look at Keone, you know, he's been able to do for us, and Louis. So we'll continue to do that kind of stuff, invest in guys that are going to help us not only this year, but in the future. And I really think it makes it for an exciting night, too. You can come out every night and get to see some different players. So just proud of the guys and how hard they work. And we played really good against a really good team tonight. It's a lot of fun.
Last thing, everybody I've talked to has been raving about these uniforms you guys busted out tonight. Any chance we'll see them again?
Yeah, perhaps. We got 3 more designs coming, too. That's some other kind of custom sublimated designs I think everybody enjoys. So appreciate all the effort that went into that. And, yeah, come on, check it out.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Back over to you, Kanoa.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Hopefully they can get one for the libero as well. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Alex Rotman getting the nod for Stanford. 10 kills, hit 231, 6 digs, and an assist. And Shakas for Hakas, 23 kills. That is a season high. How about the career high 733 hitting percentage to go along with a block and 3 digs? Chris, this was a dominant performance by the Rainbow Warriors. I'll give you the final thought as to how you begin to put together the summary on what we saw here, not just tonight, but here in this 2-match series.
You know, it was almost scary watching how perfectly they played. I mean, to only have 3 hitting errors and 69 swings all night, that's unheard of. So, but it's something Charlie prides his team in is the fact that they play very efficiently, don't make many errors, and certainly they're serving. They're served in at a very high rate again tonight, almost 90%, and their hitting percentage, as you said, 594, hitting 600 on the night against a really good team. I think he's got to be proud. I'm a little bit nervous that please don't be peaking too early, because you know there's a lot of season left, and that outrigger coming up is going to be really good. And the Big West is the best it's been in years. It's going to be there's not going to be a night off in the Big West this year. It's really a strong league.
Meanwhile, Hawaii gets a little bit of a break before they're back on the floor. They'll be back on this floor against Missouri S&T February 22nd and 23rd. So some rest once again for some of the veteran players for Charlie Wade's crew. Meanwhile, for Stanford, it's going to be another tough series coming up as they play host to UC Irvine on the 16th and 17th. All right, that will do it for us. Don't forget about the post-game show. Corner Crew will break down a fantastic overall performance by this Rainbow Warriors squad in front of close to 9,000 strong. But for now, for CMAC, Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, everybody, we bid you aloha from Mānoa.
Highlights Hawaii Standford night number 2. We started off with the opposite for the Rainbow Warriors. Alaka'i Todd. Once again, a terrific evening for the Kailua native. He had 9 kills on 15 swings without an error. That equates to a .600 hitting percentage in Hawaii, putting pressure from behind the service line all evening long. Only 5 aces. That's a little bit by Hawaii standard, but not always an ace. It messed up the passing of Standford in Hawaii at the net, particularly in the opening set. They were strong. The Mānoa Roofing Company was 7.5 blocks total on the night. Chad Galloway had 3, as well as Fred Rosenthal to lead Hawaii, but leading Hawaii throughout the match. A season-high 23 kills from Spiros Hawkins. Took 30 swings. He only had 1 hitting error. An outside hitter who hit .733, and Hawaii sweeps the Cardinal.
From Spectrum Sports, it's the Hawaii Honda deal.
Well, we got to show you something that happened earlier during tonight's match. That ball ricochets, comes into our corner, and look at our own Ryan Kalei-Suji. Just like a professional
The
he
chair
is.
that I'm sitting on was blocking my
No
ability
excuses,
to have
Ryan.
the board.
Extension.
My gosh. I'll be working in the off season.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the final numbers of this one, brought to you, of course, by Steve's Plumbing. And once again, like it was Wednesday night, very one-sided in favor of UH. Look at that hitting percentage. That is just, it's crazy. Against the number 5 team in the country, .594. The Cardinal only hit a .146. Hawaii just dominated in every aspect. 7 blocks to 2. Hawaii with the digs advantage as well. Both teams had 5 aces. Hawaii did have 13 service errors, but really what matters are the 3 numbers at the top: 27-25, 25-7, 25-20 in favor of the home team. And I think we all came into this weekend, if you want to call it a weekend, I guess, Wednesday, Friday series, still kind of curious to see what this team was about. And I think they answered a lot of questions. They're good.
It really did. And I think if anyone questioned whether Hawaii deserved to be in the number 3 spot based on their schedule, they had something to prove this week. They came out super dominant against a very good Standford team. Although Will Rotman was absent on this trip, they still performed at such a high level that Standford had no answers. They still played with incredible players. They were playing at a high level, but Hawaii just had an answer for everything that they threw at them. And they showed that they definitely deserve to be in the top 3.
Yeah, and I think the game plan for Hawaii has always been fairly simple, right? Charlie Wade preaches for the importance of Hawaii's serving game. And when Hawaii serves like they did tonight, I don't know if any country, any team in the country can stop their serving arsenal that they have. They have such a wide variety of players that will really put pressure on passers and really make offenses much more predictable. We said in the beginning of the broadcast as well, the transition game was going to be important. Because Hawaii served so strong and was able to get touches on the block and play defense, Hawaii's transition was pretty phenomenal and flawless at times, really scoring at a high percentage.
And, like I mentioned during the recap there, the serving game, it's not just the aces, it's how many times they force the other team out of system with their service.
It really is, and it's something that I know for a fact that they work in the practice gym ongoing. Milan has these drills where it's just constant toss the ball, get a good hand-on-ball contact, something that Charlie Wade preaches all the time. And Hawaii's just dominated in it in the past couple of years. We've seen it every year. They've dominated from the service line. They get a lot of pressure, and the service aces comes. It's something that I tell my kids all the time. If you don't chase the ace will come. As long as you get a good turn from the service line, you will put a team in a lot of pressure.
I didn't know you had kids.
Not my kids, the players that I coach. The players
I just want to double check if anybody wants alimony or something.
Well,
child support.
One of the other things that I was speaking of children, but he's not a child, is Fred Rosenthal, right? His ability, I think Hawaii has this really unique mix. You have a young freshman setter who is really doing a great job running this offense, but at times he shows that he's he's a 17-year-old. So the sets sometimes are tight, maybe not to where the hitters may want it, but because Hawaii has veteran attackers, senior pin hitters, their ability to get their feet to the ball, their ability to school blockers with wipe shots. If Hawaii had younger hitters, they maybe might not be able to adjust to some of the sets, but because of this nice balance, I think it's really working well for Hawaii.
He may not be a child, but technically he's still a minor.
He's a minor.
He's not even old enough to vote.
Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable. Another terrific showing by the Rainbow Warriors here this evening at the arena in Mānoa. Hawaii wins in 3. When we come back, Spiros Hawkins will join us here in the corner.
Welcome back to the Hawaii Honda Dealers post-game show.
Back inside Simplify Arena, Stan Sheriff Center. Up goes Hawkins, down goes the ball, and down goes the Cardinal. As Hawaii wins it in 3 over Standford. They sweep the week series between the 2 top 5 programs, and part of the reason why is the guy next to me, Spiros Hawkins, 23 kills, a season high. And more than anything, even on Wednesday night, that rest, I think last week, it looked like you were on springs. You looked really 100%, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I feel 100%. You know, I took my time to rest. You had a long road trip in Indiana, and then we came back. You know, body was a little beat up, but communicating with Coach Charlie, our trainer Raiki, who's doing an incredible job this year and last year, helping us just recover our bodies and make sure that we're right for game day. So communicating with them was just great. Got some rest in the last 2 games 2 weeks ago, and was fired up and ready to go for today, yesterday, or Thursday.
Talk about that service run at the beginning of set number 2, because I think that really helped to spark just the overall run and just gave a lot more confidence to the other servers. Did you feel like you stepped it up upon the service line in set 2, because it seemed like you were just serving a lot harder?
Yeah, I don't think that I've done my best job serving yet this year. I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement, and I think that I got to keep getting better. But it's a work in progress. You know, I'm working every day in the practice gym. Just got to get better. But it was a good run, and yeah, glad I made it happen.
Going into this week playing Standford, it looked like everyone had a different energy, maybe a little bit of a different spark. Was that proving where you guys stand in the season, or was that just against the Standford team? We just saw a lot more emotion this entire series from all the players, especially you.
I don't think that it's particularly the opponent that we play. I think that we're at the part of the season where, you know, we got to get fired up. We're kind of getting to that second part of the season where better teams are coming in the island. The Outrigger tournament is coming up, so we know that we got to get our priorities right, you know, and the energy is always there. I think that no matter who plays, I play, Keone plays, the energy is always there. And that's also big thanks to the crowd that showed up today.
You know, Spiros, you scared us a little earlier because we saw you getting kicked. I don't remember if it was the first or second set. We're going to take a look at it again. It was back in the first set. And tell us exactly what happened right here.
I thought I got a little concussion there. I wasn't too sure. I got a little headache for a little bit. But honestly, from the result of the game, I think it woke me up. I played better and better after that. It hurt for a little bit, 5 minutes, but I was good after.
What did Leo say to you? Did he just
Nothing.
say sorry?
He said sorry, but I said no need. It happens.
So
we're playing volleyball. It's not a contact sport, but sometimes there's contact.
Maybe it could be a pre-game ritual. Somebody kicks you in the head before every match.
Yeah, maybe not, but we'll see.
Well, you know, we got to ask you, Spiros. I mean, this is obviously a big question here. Lewis Hamilton is moving over to Ferrari. Your thoughts about the driver joining Ferrari? Big F1 fan.
That was a big move, honestly. Like, if in soccer terms, it would be like Cristiano Ronaldo joining Barcelona. I was very surprised, but honestly, I remember that he had said that if he wants to leave, he'd go to Ferrari. Honestly, good for him. He's probably getting paid really well. So yeah.
I know nothing about F1, but I did watch the Netflix series.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was really exciting. All right, before we cut you loose, you know we always like to do the shout outs. You got some family or friends over back in Greece or somewhere else watching you tonight?
Yeah.
And you can do it in Greek, by the way.
Yeah, as always. Ξέρω ότι η μαμά μου και ο μπαμπάς μου βλέπουνε. Τους αγαπάω πολύ και ευχαριστώ για όλα.
All right, James, you always interpret for us.
He said that he knows that his mom and dad are watching and that he loves them a lot and that he's thankful for everything they've managed to do for him to get here.
So James has a future as an interpreter for the volleyball.
He's good. He's learning.
Hey, congratulations, outstanding job. 23 kills for this guy. Hawaii makes it 2 in a row over Standford. Hawaii improves to 10-1 on the year.